Cloud Atlas centers around characters who live in different places and time periods of 1849, 1936, 1973, 2012, 2144, and the post-apocalypse, with each having unique struggles to overcome. The film has a lot of elements that can be seen with a Marxist lens. The divisions in a capitalist world among race, genders, sexualities, classes, and the commodification of labor. Most explicitly in the Neo-Soul segment, where the character of Somni is a replicant. Not in the Blade Runner context of being a biological android, but more of just a clone of a clone of a clone. She is a worker who is manufactured to be used to serve, sleep, and repeat. We can even see such a similarity with traveling Japanese workers, as Somni sleeps in what very much resembles a capsule bed. And like much of the rest of the characters in each time period, she rebels against her servitude and ends up leading a revolution. Class struggle is seen all throughout the film as being an integral part of social reality. From the slave who escapes his bonds as being a stowaway on a ship in 1849, and the young composer who is forced to work under a wretched older, richer composer to Neo-Soul, it is inherent that the oppressed will always fight back against their oppressors. More importantly, class struggle comes about through the solidarity of the oppressed. Each sequence shows how the social interests of each oppressed character is required in order to rise above oppression. This is shown via the mutualistic relationships between Adam Ewing and Kapuka, Robert Frobisher and Rupert Sixsmith, Louisa Ray and everyone else that helps her, Timothy Cavendish and the people who help him escape his nursing home, Somni and Heiju Chang, and Zachary and Marinim. All of their struggles are via their struggles together in order to obtain their freedom, to be who they want to be, to obtain their basic necessities, and to help others create their own material realities. Going even further, the film posits that the characters' attempts to topple existing social orders is what makes history. It is important to note that this film also has several reactionary elements to it, such as the ridiculous and offensive makeup used to make white actors look Asian in the Neo-Soul segment. The Wachowskis defend their decision by essentially saying the basis of the book is that the characters pass their soul to the next, and that is eternal. And that's what truly connects humanity, ergo, they wanted to present humanity as the main focus, not race or gender and etc. Now, forgetting that the practical effects looks absolutely abysmal, the Wachowskis unknowingly continue Hollywood's long tradition of stereotyping and rejecting actors who are of different races and ethnicities simply because they have the power to. And of course, when profit is at the forefront of creating a film, social realities don't matter. As the Marxist theorist Ernst Fischer has said, in proportion as artists and writers would draw more and more from society, more and more barbaric trash is unloaded onto the public. The feature common to all significant artists and writers in the capitalist world is their inability to come to terms with the social reality that surrounds them. A less subtle reactionary element was the inclusion of the philosopher Alexandra Solzhenitsyn, who is quoted when Somni is being interviewed by the archivist, and she says, "You only have power over people so long as you don't take everything away from them. When you've robbed a man of everything, he's no longer in your power. He's free again." Ironically, this is a quote from a famous anti-communist who was banned from the USSR. So it becomes quite clear that the filmmakers were mostly certainly not making a Marxist piece, but certainly the inclusion of this quote gives some promotion to anti-communist figures. Yet the quote can easily be pointed to capitalist society. Cloud Atlas is a sociologically uneven film in its creation and its themes, but certainly does show how historical materialism works in a very digestible way.